Subscribe right now for
great banter.
Hello everyone, it's Linesman HD and welcome to another video. Today we've got another My Thoughts episode 2. Now if you are enjoying this series, make sure you smash the like button. Also, it's crucial in this series that you guys get involved in the comments. I want to see you guys talking to each other, debating and seeing what's what. So yeah, make sure you drop a like, subscribe and comment down below. But today's topic is refereeing in the Premier League. Now, first of all, I just want to raise the issue straight away about whether the Barclays Premier League is the best league in the world. And personally, for me, it isn't, for a couple of reasons, but the main one being what I'm going to talk about today, and that is refereeing. I think that the refereeing in the Premier League is the worst out of every league I've seen in the whole of world football. So, for example, excluding the Brazilian league, because I think actually the Brazilian league is awful in the sense that players are literally diving every second of every match, because there is such skillful and silky league that everyone's diving so much. From the games I've watched the Brazilian league, literally the ref has to blow the whistle every time, and it makes so many players get sent off. But that's only a couple of games I've watched really. But today I wanted to talk about the Premier League and the refereeing that's happening there. So the first point I want to make is about at the actual referee and the decisions they make. Because further on I'm going to move on to linesmen. So for refereeing as a first is, I feel like the Premier League referees are so cowardly. I mean, like, they're so scared of what the players, how they're going to react. Like, for example, in comparison with another sport, rugby World Cups from recently, the minute the ref makes the decision, the rugby players are like, yeah, sure, okay, that is definitely a foul, like, confirmed, like, no arguments whatsoever. But with football, nearly every other, or basically every tackle, or anything, any decision the refs have made is fully questioned and argued. Even if a player gets sent off, you're not going to get unsent off, but players still just argue so much. It's just like, ref, what are you doing, ref this, ref that. And also, there's a lot of disrespect for referees in the Premier League these days. Players constantly swearing everything towards the ref. And I think one of the best ref in the league, in my opinion, is Michael Oliver, because he literally takes no shit from anyone. All the players respect him, and he's got this kind of lockdown where he makes a decision, and if a player comes to him, he throws them away, and they have no say. And I think the players have actually respect for him. Coincidentally, he is, I think, the second youngest Premier League manager, so he's more down to their level, whereas the other ones are a fair amount older. So maybe it's kind of like it's like a student-student situation instead of a teacher-student, if you get what I mean. But I don't know, it's just awful. So my example for refereeing is the Chelsea-Arsenal match very recently, Diego Costa. Now, it's quite hard for me to be unbiased in this situation, but effectively, Costa, no doubt, should have been sent off in that match. We won't talk about Gabriel, because that's another argument for another day. But Diego Costa should have been sent off. And if he would have been sent off, the result, quite frankly, would very likely have not been that result. Because Costa is such a crucial player for Chelsea, and he got to play the whole rest of the match. And also, if he didn't get sent off, then Gabriel probably wouldn't have got sent off. So it's literally a game changer, because at the end of the day, Arsenal could be say 3 points away from winning the title. Quite unlikely, obviously, as Arsenal always come fourth.
Banter.
But I mean, they could be 3 points away from winning the title, and they could have been in that position if Costa maybe had been sent off, and the ref should have sent him off. Let's be honest, we all saw what he did to Gabriel. As a Chelsea fan, obviously, I was delighted the ref made the mistake, because the mistake was made, and what you're going to do about it, really? Like, you have to just deal with it. And he was suspended after the match. Effectively, there's no point suspending him, because it's only effective if he's suspended in the match where he is fouled. Like, I understand you have to, like, take your punishment, so he's going to have to sit out 3 games in the league, but still, I think there's literally no point, effectively. So anyway, that's my thinking behind that. And now I'm going to talk about linesmen. I think they're even worse in my opinion. The Premier League linesmen are awful. Now obviously you have to cut linesmen a bit of slack, because it is a very hard job, and only quite a few can actually do it, because it is very difficult. Your concentration levels have to be full on for 90 minutes, and you have to have like the vision of a bloody eagle. But anyway, I think we all know what example I'm pull up, and that was the Tottenham Man United game where 4 of the 5 goals were pure, definite, no bullshit about it, offside. That was a big game. I think it was 4 of the 5, or maybe 3 of the 4. I think the score was 4-1. Correct me if I'm wrong down below. But honestly, like, all those goals, and again, it's bringing back the point that these games are so crucial. In, for example, Tottenham, they always push for Champions League, and say if all those offsides weren't counted, like, well, actually that's probably a bad example, but say with Man U, if they're contending for the title, those 3 points could have been theirs if the linesman hadn't made all those awful decisions. So it's just really, really tough. Oh, actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's Man City Tottenham I'm talking about, not Man U. I do apologise for that. But Man City, yeah, they're title contenders, and they lost 3 points there. Who knows? Those 3 points could be so crucial. We'll have to wait and see. So what I'm effectively saying is that the Premier League, with better refereeing and a couple more things which I'll probably talk about in a later video on this series, could be one of the best leagues in the world, but it's one of the main features that's stopping it. So it needs to improve rapidly, and I think more refs need to be trained and coached at that high level so that you can pick the best, rather than, I think there's quite a lack of, like, Premier League English referees, not English as in the nationality, but in the English league system. I think there's quite a big lack, and they need to get more competitive and get the best refs out, because some of the refs, really quite frankly, are pussies, and they cannot succumb to the pressure of the stadium around them and the players themselves. For example, Mike Dean is completely scared of Costa, in my opinion. He was too scared to send him off, because I don't know, I just that's my opinion, quite frankly. But yeah, that's going to be the end. I just thought I'd tell you what my thoughts are. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. And yeah, I've got a couple of great videos planned for this series. I've got a couple with other YouTubers who support different clubs. Let me know also what topics you want me to talk about in this My Thoughts. But yeah, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.